Life doesn't ask if you're ready before it changes the season. It doesn't check your schedule or wait for your confidence to arrive. One day, you're basking in the warmth of summer, opportunities everywhere, relationships blooming, everything feels easy. And then, almost without warning, the winds shift. The air cools. And before you know it, you're in the middle of winter, wondering how you ended up so unprepared. This is the unspoken truth: life moves in seasons. And it moves whether you're paying attention or not. Some people spend their entire existence caught off guard by this rhythm. They're surprised by winter as if it hasn't come before. They're unprepared for opportunity when spring arrives, wasting precious time wondering if they're worthy of a fresh start. And when summer brings abundance, they play and indulge, forgetting that fall is just around the corner, and with it comes the great harvest, or the painful realization that they have nothing to reap. The wise understand this rhythm. They don't curse the cold winds of adversity, they prepare for them. They don't squander the sweetness of summer, they work through it. And when spring comes, they don't hesitate, they plant. Because they know, if you don't master the seasons of your life, the seasons will master you. Spring is the season of opportunity. But how many springs have come and gone while you stood on the sidelines, waiting for certainty? Waiting to feel ready? You see, spring doesn't wait for you to be ready, it rewards those who are willing to start before they're fully prepared. That's the secret most never learn. Opportunity shows up dressed as work. It arrives early in the morning, covered in the sweat of preparation. And the people who harvest the most in fall are those who planted seeds in the uncertain, muddy fields of spring. But make no mistake, spring is brief. The window doesn't stay open forever. There is a time to plan, yes. But there is also a time to act, to put the seeds in the ground even if the clouds threaten rain. If you stand still too long, analyzing the soil, checking the weather, wondering if the conditions are perfect, you'll miss the planting season entirely. And no matter how much you hope, no matter how much you pray, no crops will grow if you never planted the seeds. Then comes summer, the season of work, of growth, of vigilance. Summer is deceptive. On the surface, it looks easy. The sun is shining, the days are long, the plants are growing. But summer is when the weeds show up. When pests sneak in under cover of warmth and complacency. This is the season that tests your discipline. Will you show up every day to pull the weeds before they take root? Will you guard your mind against negative influences, your character against small compromises? Because small things grow in summer, both the good and the bad. What you allow will multiply. Most people lose their harvest not in the storms of winter but in the ease of summer. They get lazy when things seem good. They stop reading. They stop learning. They stop pushing themselves because life doesn't seem to demand it at the moment. But life is always keeping score. And the price of neglect is paid when autumn arrives. Ah, autumn, the season of harvest. The most honest season of all. Autumn doesn't care what you hoped for. It doesn't care about your intentions, your wishes, or your excuses. Autumn only gives back what you've earned. And in that way, it is both the season of triumph and the season of regret. This is when reality sets in. Did you plant when you had the chance? Did you protect what was growing during the hot days of summer? Did you show up for yourself even when no one was clapping, even when no one was watching? If you did, autumn is glorious. It's the time when your efforts bloom into real, tangible results, opportunities, promotions, relationships that matter, a life of richness not just in money, but in character, in freedom, in respect. But if you didn't, if you wasted your spring waiting, your summer indulging, then autumn becomes a cruel mirror. And the reflection isn't always easy to look at. And then, inevitably, winter arrives. The season of testing. The season of survival. You see, everyone faces winters in life. Financial winters. Emotional winters. Winters of uncertainty, of loss, of struggle. These are the moments when life asks the hardest question: did you prepare? Winter is not a season of growth. It's a season of reflection and endurance. And here's the truth most don't want to hear: if you're broke in winter, if you're lonely in winter, if you're filled with regret in winter, it's not winter's fault. Winter didn't fail you. It simply exposed the work you did or didn't do in the seasons before. But there's good news in this too. Just as surely as winter comes, spring will follow. The bitter winds will fade. The days will grow longer. And life will offer you another chance to plant, to build, to become. The question is, will you be ready this time? And readiness is not about knowing every step of the journey. It's about deciding, right now, that you will not waste the next spring. That when life cracks open the door of opportunity, you will walk through it, even if your hands are trembling. Because this is the fundamental law of the seasons, they are indifferent to your feelings but always responsive to your actions. And just as the farmer prepares his soil before the first bud appears, you must prepare yourself before the next opportunity comes. That preparation happens today. Not when spring arrives. Not when life feels easier. Today. In the middle of whatever season you're in. You sharpen your mind now. You strengthen your character now. You build the discipline now, so that when the seasons turn, you're not scrambling, you're ready. And what does it mean to be ready? It means you've developed the habits, the mindset, and the resilience to act decisively when the moment demands it. Readiness is not a matter of chance, it is the product of disciplined preparation. It is forged in the quiet hours when no one is watching. It is built in the moments when you choose growth over comfort, responsibility over excuses, and action over delay. Most people never prepare because they've fallen in love with the illusion of time. They believe there will always be another spring, another chance, another year to get serious. But life doesn't make promises like that. It offers seasons, but never guarantees how many you will get. And so, year after year, they squander the springtimes of their life, always assuming that next year will be the one they finally begin. But if you're listening to this now, let me offer you the most important truth you will ever hear. Your next season will not be different unless you are different. The seasons don't change for you, they change around you. If you're broke now, you will be broke in the next season unless you develop the financial discipline to manage and multiply what little you have. If you're unhealthy now, the passing of time will not fix it. Only new habits will. If your relationships are strained, waiting longer doesn't heal them. Communication, humility, and courage do. And so the wise ask a different question, not when will my life change, but how must I change so that my life cannot help but follow? If you want to reap a different harvest, you must plant different seeds. Seeds of discipline instead of laziness. Seeds of patience instead of impulsiveness. Seeds of courage instead of fear. And you must remember, all seeds look small in the beginning. The harvest never looks like the seed. A tiny decision today, waking up an hour earlier, reading 10 pages of a life-changing book, saying no to that small temptation, may feel insignificant in the moment. But compounded over days, over weeks, over years, that tiny seed becomes a towering oak of strength, character, and success. Yet, here's the catch, bad seeds grow just as reliably. Plant enough seeds of neglect, of poor decisions, of wasted time, and you'll find that life doesn't just offer you success, it will hand you a harvest of regret. And regret, my friend, is the heaviest crop you will ever carry. The time to choose your seeds is now. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Now. Because whether you are conscious of it or not, you are always planting something. Every thought is a seed. Every action is a seed. Every decision, no matter how small, is a seed. And the soil of life is always fertile. It doesn't care what you plant, it will grow whatever you give it. So choose carefully. Choose to feed your mind with ideas that challenge you, not just comfort you. Choose to spend time with people who lift your vision, not lower your standards. Choose to act on your plans before fear has time to rewrite them into excuses. And when the days feel long and progress feels slow, remember, the farmer doesn't see the harvest the day after he plants. The growth happens unseen, beneath the surface, for a time. But every day he waters, every day he weeds, every day he protects that soil, knowing full well that the day will come when the fruits of his labor will rise into the light. So too will your efforts. But only if you stay faithful to the process. If you ask me, what is the greatest tragedy of life? It is not failure. It is not struggle. The greatest tragedy is to stand in the middle of a plentiful harvest season with empty hands, because when it was time to plant, you were too busy waiting to feel ready. And yet, even if that has been your story until now, remember, life, in its infinite mercy, always offers you another spring. But you must seize it. You must not waste another season wondering when the time will be right. The time is now. Build your personal philosophy now. Refine your discipline now. Start the small habits now. Because soon, very soon, the weather will change again. And the question will not be whether opportunity exists. The question will be, did you prepare yourself to receive it? Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait for the fear to subside. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the decision to move forward in spite of it. The bold don't wait for spring to announce itself, they prepare in winter. They stand ready, so when opportunity knocks, they don't hesitate, they open the door and invite it in. And when it does arrive, when life finally hands you the stage you've been waiting for, may you be able to say with full confidence, I am ready. I have built myself for this. And I will not waste this season. And so, we arrive at the most important understanding of all. Life does not respond to what you want. Life responds to who you have become. Every moment you delay becoming the person worthy of the life you dream about, that life drifts further away, not because it's impossible, but because it cannot land in a place unprepared to receive it. Opportunity will never stay where there is no foundation to hold it. Wealth will slip through the fingers of the undisciplined. Love will walk past the heart that refuses to heal. And leadership will bypass those who cannot first lead themselves. You see, the question of success is not, will the season come? It's when the season comes, will you be ready? If you want to change your life, stop negotiating with your weaknesses. Stop making deals with your excuses. Stop waiting for someone else to rescue you. This is your life. And no one is coming to plant the seeds for you. No one is coming to pull the weeds choking your growth. No one is coming to stand guard over your mind and protect it from the pests of negativity and doubt. That responsibility has always belonged to you. But here's the promise life makes. If you will do your part, if you will discipline yourself to plant when it's hard, protect what's growing when it's uncomfortable, and remain vigilant when it's easy to relax, life will reward you with a harvest far beyond what you ever imagined. Because the law of the harvest doesn't cheat anyone, but it doesn't favor anyone either. It simply gives back what was earned. And this is the most empowering truth of all. You are not a victim of your circumstances, you are a product of your decisions. And every day, with every choice, you are writing the story of the next season. So I ask you now, what story will that be? Will it be a story of regret, told through the silent tears of missed chances? Or will it be a story of triumph, written in the language of discipline, courage, and relentless self-improvement? You can begin that story today. You don't have to know how it ends, you only have to start writing it differently. With one new thought. One better habit. One honest conversation with yourself that says, no more delay. No more excuses. I am becoming the person worthy of the life I desire. Because the truth is this, if you change, everything changes. When you change your thinking, you change your actions. When you change your actions, you change your habits. When you change your habits, you change your outcomes. And when you change your outcomes, you change your destiny. This is not theory. This is the law of life. Immutable. Unshakable. Relentless. And it applies whether you believe it or not. So why not believe it? Why not step boldly into the next season with a heart full of courage and a mind armed with the discipline to make it count? Prepare now. While the skies are gray and the winds are cold, prepare. Strengthen your mind. Harden your resolve. Get clear on your values. Set your goals. Take the small, consistent actions that seem invisible today but will feel monumental in the days to come. Because spring is coming. And when it arrives, when the sun shines again and the doors of opportunity swing open, you will not have to scramble. You will not hesitate. You will walk through those doors with the quiet confidence of someone who has done the work, who has paid the price, and who is now ready to collect the reward. And in that moment, standing in the warmth of your well-earned summer, you will know it was all worth it. Every early morning, every disciplined choice, every temptation resisted, every small seed planted on days when nothing seemed to be happening. Because now, the harvest is real. And it is rich beyond measure. So decide now, before the season changes, that when the opportunity arrives, you will be the one who is ready. Not the one who wishes. Not the one who waits. The one who is ready. And when you are ready, the life you dream of cannot help but find you. Because you will have become the person who can hold it, protect it, and multiply it. That, my friend, is how you master the seasons of your life. And once you do, you will never fear the weather again.